Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to go through my second trimester recap through my maternal PKU journey. I'm going to go through, I'm going to go through my symptoms, my levels, appointments I had, and things that had happened during that time. If you see me looking to the side, I'm just looking at my notes that I've written down. So to begin with, symptoms that I had, I continued to have nausea. I was on nausea tablets to help with that so I wouldn't throw up my formulas at the time because they were making me quite sick. Um, I'd get nauseous a lot, especially if I forgot to eat a meal or if I had eaten for a while. Excuse me. I was getting really tired and I definitely started nesting. I started feeling kicks that started off feeling just like muscle spasms as of 20 weeks. And then I started getting Braxton Hicks as of 26 weeks. Now, the Braxton Hicks felt like a really bad cramp that took a little while to go away. So a kick would just feel like a spasm, so just like that in my lower abdomen. But a Braxton Hick would be when I got up from the couch or if I moved too quickly, and it would be like a really tight cramp and it would stay there for a couple of seconds before going away. So with my levels kind of went up and down during this time. In my late first trimester and early second trimester, I struggled with my levels a little bit, spiking up to about 510. And my dietitians put it down to, because I was so sick all the time with nausea, I wasn't eating enough and not enough calories. Due to not eating enough calories, I wasn't, my levels were spiking up because of that. So I had to go from, I think I was on 6 grams of protein at the time before this happened. I had to go all the way back down to 3 grams of protein, and they increased my formulas by 1, so I went up to 5 Express 20s of formula. I only did that for a week, then they let me cut back down to 4 Expresses, which made my levels come down, which was really great. I had a few ultrasounds during this trimester. I got referred to from my GP in Ayr, Queensland, to specialist OBGYN in Townsville, which was Dr. Watson. He was one of the best doctors I've ever had. So in my second trimester, I started seeing him. I would go to Townsville once a month for ultrasounds and to see him and his midwife under his team. And then once a month, I would do share care with the Air Hospital and do antenatal classes. So that started in my second trimester. So in my second trimester, I had my 12-week scan, which I talked about in my first trimester video. I had a 16-week ultrasound, and then after that I started seeing Dr. Watson's team at 20 weeks. I had a 19-week one, a 20-week one, and a 24-week scan in my second trimester. At my 16-week scan was the first time we found out we were having a boy, which was really exciting. Then we had confirmed that at our 19, 20, and 24-week scan. We had a gender reveal when I was 20 weeks. We did a party at our house where we invited close friends and family. We had some balloons with a blue powder in them that we popped, and then we also had confetti bombs as well with blue confetti in them. So that was a really fun day. I never thought I would do something like that, but it was really exciting and I highly recommend it. We did want to know what our gender was straight away because we were planning the party ourselves. So the surprise for the gender reveal was for all our guests. So nobody knew about the gender reveal besides us. And instead of keeping the gender a secret throughout the pregnancy, we decided to keep his name a secret until he was born. So we also had, like, I was in nesting mode during that time, that trimester, and this is when I really kicked and started on the nursery. We started getting furniture, we started getting thinking about how I was going to place everything. I went crazy watching all different types of YouTube videos on how to set up a baby's nursery because I had no idea what to do. I had no idea what I needed. And I really found these videos really great to help when you don't know exactly what you want. Now, we have a very small house, so we didn't have a lot of room to have a lot of bulky furniture. So all we went for was a cupboard, a cot, and a dresser. We have a change table, which also is a baby bath converted. So it's a 2-in-1. Then we have some bookshelves, and that's about it. It does look very cluttered sometimes, but it's about placement, how you place it. We have a little rocking chair in the corner, so we can sit down and read in books while I'm breastfeeding and all that. So, what else? I had my sister's wedding during our second trimester. Now that was a little bit of a challenge, because of course I was only on, like 4 grams of protein at the time of her wedding because of my levels going up. So I was very limited what I could eat. So we had to travel for her wedding. So we weren't at home. We had to travel all the way to Atherton Tablelands, which is about 6-hour drive from where we are. And then we had to work out what food I was going to eat. We got pretty creative. Me and my mom sorted out a menu. We had, for my dinner, I made a homemade vegetarian lasagna, which was kind of turned out a little bit more like a veggie bake over a lasagna because it looked a bit more like that. But that's what I had for dinner. And then for dessert, we had poached pears with coconut ice cream, which was really, really nice. And yeah, so all that was only about 1 gram of protein in the end because we used all 3 vegetables in the lasagna. The lasagna sheets were about 1 gram of protein, and we used all low protein products for the dairy and ice cream. I think it was half a gram of protein for the ice cream. Yeah, so that's all I had for dinner. About 1.5 grams of protein for dinner. And that's main meal and dessert. So that was really, really creative we did there. But yeah, there are ways, even on a low protein intake, ways to get around that. So you just got to get creative. And I found with myself when I was on really low during pregnancy, and especially when I had to cut down from 6 back to 3, if I didn't stick to the food that I know I would like to eat, I wouldn't want to eat them. And then I wouldn't get enough calories and then my levels wouldn't go anywhere. So if you like me and you're not a real big fruit eater or anything like that, just stick to one fruit that you know you like and eat a lot of it. That's what I did. Although in saying that, pregnancy cravings are weird. I'm not a fruit eater. I don't like fruit. And since being pregnant, I've become a real big fan of pears. Never used to like pears. The only fruit I'd ever eat would be bananas, but they'd always be too high in protein for me to eat. But since being pregnant, I have pears, I have apples, I have strawberries, I have all sorts of fruit. So you just stick to what you know you like, and then you just eat a lot of them. That's how I managed to get my calories up. Um, so yeah, that's about all I have to say really much for this trimester. I had a pretty breezy second trimester. Besides being sick and my levels going haywire, I just listened to my doctors. They told me what I had to do, and I did that. So for the end of this video, I'm just going to finish up with some ultrasound pictures of our puppy. So this one here is from our 12-week scan. And then we've got this one is from our 19-week scan. Upside down. And then we've got our 20-week scan. So these are all the ultrasound pictures I have printed. And lastly is our 24-week scan. Okay, thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't, and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Bye!